Okay, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot, hopefully your favorite DarkTide partner, and I'm here today to talk to you guys about the Voidstrike staff. People have been asking me, what is my build for it? I'm going to tell you it's nothing impressive because it's actually the same build that I'm using on the Surge, and this is also the same build that you guys are likely to see on the Trauma staff. Forgive me if I choke, washed hands, soap. You guys know the deal. Alright, so in terms of the feats, right? Quietude, Warp Unleashed, Cerebral Lacerations, Kinetic Shield, Warp Battery, and Kinetic Barrage. Standard, because this is the best build for your brain bursts. The only thing that I would say is that if you really want to, you can go with Kinetic Flare, but I do not find it useful on this. I just don't. Maybe it's my playstyle, but Warp Battery just does it for me. So what about the actual weapons? Okay, talking about the Voidstrike staff first, which is, the core of this whole build, you want to have charge rate, blast radius, damage maxed out. Warp resistance and quell speed are your dump stats, but quell speed is more of a dump than warp resistance because of the speed of quelling that has recently been introduced. So any quell speed above 50% is good enough. The rest should go to warp resistance, but if your warp resistance is low, it's not going to affect you much either. I don't have any inner tranquility stacks, but even so, look at that. No problem. All right, you don't gain a lot of peril with this. So if you have a transfer peril blessing, life is pretty smooth. All right, so you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Ideally, you want to shoot at about half charge or more. Okay, because that's where you get the most value, most bang for your buck, basically. All right, in terms of your perks, Flak Armored is absolutely necessary. Okay, you must have Flak Armored because that is going to help you seal the deal with some of the armored targets in the game. The other perk can be anything, so I leave that up to you. I rolled this I was actually trying to roll something different, and I rolled Maniac, and I just left it there because I got bored with rolling. So there's that. In terms of blessings, right? The only blessing that I find so-called absolutely necessary on the Voidstrike staff is the transfer peril blessing. Why not Warp Flurry? Well, here's the thing. The Voidstrike staff, I mean, you could go for Warp Flurry if you really, really want to. But with the Voidstrike staff, if we examine it, okay, bear with me. The charge speed at maximum charge rate is about 1.6 seconds, and to get a half charge done is 0.8 seconds. That's less than a second of charging. So it really doesn't feel very long whether you have Warp Flurry or not, meaning that you can attach something like Transfer Peril or something else that you might find is more useful. In general, you should have an aiming time as well, because with this staff, right, if you aim slightly above where their head is, you usually hit the weak spot. It's very, very good to take a moment to aim. All right, so you end up being able to charge a bit longer. Of course, you can also still use the animation cancel, but I don't find this as useful. All right, rather the current playstyle of the game, especially if you're playing with higher peril, to take advantage of Warp Unleashed and such, you want to generally be playing at a higher level of peril. All right, so you tend to charge up more than 50% before firing. At least that's my way of playing. Yours may differ, but this is how I do my Voidstrike staff combat. Okay, so that's it for the Voidstrike staff. The sword I chose was the Deimos because I find that single target is the most important thing that you're going to have to overcome. Attack pattern wise, if you really need some cleave, I was taught this by a viewer, but heavy, light is a combo that can give you some cleave. All right, just so you know. But for me, I'm used to dueling swords, so even if I just spam like so, it's usually okay. You just want to aim around the head, and spamming it will be just fine. You might have seen that in my Voidstrike run video that I put up, but yeah, that's basically it. Okay. As for the mutants and stuff, right? If you really need a quick hit, you can. But what I generally do is the same thing as I would on the Obscurus. If I need to really kill an elite, I charge up a heavy swing. And as soon as I'm done, I'm backing away already. But it's easier to hit the light swing since it's just a quick stab now. All right, so that's something that this has over the Obscurus. Okay, so that's why I chose the Deimos. In terms of blessings, Slaughterer is your must-have blessing. Other than that, it's your choice. The swords have natural deflect. I think it's due to a bug, but I just happened to roll Deflector 3 on this one, so I left it as that. In terms of your perks, there is no specific perk you need to have for the Deimos. Choose whatever you want. Ideally, I would probably like to have Maniac on this, because the biggest trouble that you're going to have is Muty Boys. And if you get a Maniac armor blessing on this, it makes it a lot easier to kill these guys, especially with some of the elites as well. The only downside is the Pox Hound, but a single heavy swing will take that out most of the time. So Maniac would be probably for me the ideal choice. Same with the Ragers. All right, it'll help you just take them out a little bit better. So there you go. Again, it's up to you what you want to do with the perks. All right, so that's the advice that I give you, but you can do whatever you want. So I'm probably going to swap Carapace Armor at some point when I'm not lazy to Maniac. All right, that is it for the weapons. In terms of curios, max stamina, wounds, max health. And the perks on them are toughness regeneration, gunner resistance. For me, these two are must-haves. The remainder is up to you. I happen to have combat regeneration on these, so, and this one has max health. Now, some people have questioned me about why I choose max health over toughness. Okay, I'm just going to explain this now. If you don't want to follow this, it's up to you. All right, it's genuinely your choice. But the reason why I don't use toughness curios and why I choose max health is because although max health can be corrupted and all that, my main concern is that enemies hit so hard in Damnation that you should be toughness gating. What is toughness gating? It means that if you are at 100 toughness, like full toughness, that's 100% damage reduction, so no attack will get through. No melee attack will bleed through. So by consistently maintaining close to 100% toughness, you know, dodging bullets or doing whatever it takes, staying out of melee range, when rangers are shooting at me, that is how I generally play the Psyker, and that is why I have no need of a toughness curio. Yes, it is true that most damage reduction applies to toughness, and so a lot of people see the value in raising the toughness level so that, you know, their damage so they're getting more value out of their damage resistance, their, you know, reductions, things like that. But my problem is always hit points. Having only 150 makes me very uncomfortable on the Psyker because it gives me no breathing room, and quite frankly, I have had several situations where I'm surviving on just that remaining 10 hit points. If I didn't have the health curio to back me up, my character would have gone down already. All right, so that makes a crucial difference to me. And if you know how to toughness gate and use cover, range is not much of a threat. So a lot of people get more toughness for anti-range, but again, for me, I don't feel that that is a necessity. But again, you know, if you like it, you go ahead and use it. I'm not here to tell you that you can't. Go ahead and use it if you feel that way. Okay, so that is about it for my Voidstrike build. Pretty much I've covered everything you guys need to know. Feats I'm not really covering much because this is exactly the same as the Surge. You can go check out that video as well if you need a more detailed explanation on the feats, but that is basically all the details you need to know. Playstyle wise, aim for the head, and with your Deimos, you're taking out anything that gets too close to you, all right? Get used to it, and that is about it. Thank you very much for watching this video. The combat demonstration comes after the member thank yous. If you want to support my content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Get this video to 100 likes, and look forward to a lot more shorts. I'll be posting a lot more of them over the next few days because I've received some very good advice from other creators, and we're planning to go in that direction. Of course, the regular content will still be here, but you know, just check out all the stuff that we're going to post and look forward to it. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Donate if you feel like it. It's up to you. Your donations just help me make more content, and I'm very thankful to everyone that super chats, donates, grabs a membership. In fact, let me thank the channel members right now before we go to the combat demo. The channel members are Death Dawning 982 at Plus Ultra, literally one of my top members for a very long time. He has single-handedly supported my content, along with Bravo, Rip, several other huge donors, Johnny Nara, Zavi. There are so many others that I could name. MJ, Miss Eve, all these amazing people. They've supported my stuff for almost a year. Jerry Fast, Rogue Assassin, Oh Mr. Green Buff, Zach MG, all prestige, more than a year. Thank you guys so much. Honored robots, we've got Bob John, Jammer Boy, Joey, Dan Zayson, Underpaid Enlisted Soldier, A. Ripley, Mighty Zeno, Triple D326, Darverse, Cordova, Maze, Che D12, I'm Peeps, Syed Assad, Pringle Bread, Tuan Nguyen, Valorous, Coda CMF, Kami SMH, Conrad C, Nate the Great, Corey Ryu, Benjamin Savage, Lady Neo, Greasy Burger. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to all of you lovely people, and you know, I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the combat demonstration, and I'll catch you on my next video, okay? Okay. Kill it before I get touchy. Out of myself.
Out of my head. Just like a drink. Agreed.
Oh no! Just kidding.
Out of my mind.
Well done! Another dead!
I crossed that bridge more times than I care to recall.
How many do?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, Metal Triforce Gamer. I rarely comment on Zealot stuff, but y'all do what makes you happy. I specialize in other characters. There.
Shit. It's so much fun. I want fun. Give me some fun.
What kind of fun you want?
A happy ending kind of fun.
Okay, you can go to Geylang for that.
I go Yishunon for extra fun, you know.
You can go Golden Mile lah.
Get over.
If you go Golden Mile, you will get some those with extra pots. Okay, can happy for you, bro.
Navigate station. Up to yourselves.
Do I hear horde? Do I
Yes,
hear
you do.
a horde?
Yes, you do.
I'm ready to cook, man. I'm ready to cook. Let me cook. Let me cook.
Okay. All for Nothing was patched ready. It doesn't work anymore because All for Nothing, well, okay, technically it still works, but you need to be at 0 stamina. So, realistically, it's not very wise to use it because if you're at 0 stamina, if something comes at you, you cannot dodge, you just die. So it's very unwise to use All for Nothing right now. Always make sure to check patch notes videos whenever I release them because they will explain pretty much everything. All the changes are always covered. So yeah, it was changed in the last patch. I'm pretty sure because plenty of people are already exploiting All for Nothing. Ha! Oh, another one, another one. Yep, got it.
Let me cook.
Let me shoot. Y'all no need to cook. I shoot.
No, let me cook, man.
I missed both my shots. Nobody saw that.
Found this swing!
Yep.
Precision fire! To her! The barrel's exploding! Copy that! Major Johnson!
I shoot.
You have a brutish efficiency. Killed it!
I hope you're taking notes! Hawks bastard!
Oh, another one.
Off that thing!
Ready yourself! Indeed!
Last year 220 engaged!
Medicate station! Reaper! Unwind yourself, please! Notice! How many voices?
Come on.
One more! It's dead now! Reaper! The Great Awakening has set mankind on a new path.
This is why, ladies and gents, ranged abilities are very important. If your veteran brings along a shredder auto pistol or stuff like that, this is where
What happens after
death
that?
happens.
Today is also a time of miracles.
Woo!
Beauty!
I concur. Kill that trapper, please! I concur. Trapper eliminated.
Got it. I'll take care of this one.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try.
Yep. I'll hold. How's the meal? 5 star?
Perfectly cooked. Well done.
No, well done. Not medium rare. Okay, lor.
Yeah. This one, different type of cooking. It has to be well done.
Ah, I see. Okay, we got it. Good job, good job.
So,
Well done, Sibling. How great!
Impressive work! He's dealt with! Won't be a problem now!
but
Place back in our
Yep.
hands. Good work. Let's get you back here.
Grenade! Grenade out!
Okay. Not bad.